Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Communities podcast by Art Student Union. The episode Balancing Act Mature Students, Parents, and Carers at UL will discover how the UL mature students, parents, and carers balance their creative and academic pursuit and strategies they use to succeed. The joy of pursuing creative education while caregiving and how institutional support has made positive impact. I'm your host, Sayali Waghmare, the Arts SU Student Communities Officer, and I'm humbled to be joined by our lovely guest, Hestie.
Hi, everyone. My name is Hestie. I am a former student of the London College of Fashion. So I graduated. Well, I did my master last year, so I'm graduating this year. I did a master in global fashion retailing here at LCF. I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you so much for your lovely introduction, Hestie. And could you please tell us about more about your background? Where are you from?
I am from the Republic of Congo. That's a lovely country in Central Africa. I have been in London. This is my third year. And I've always loved fashion. So I am a fashion designer. I had a fashion brand. I relocated to London 2 years ago. I was running my brand, doing fashion show, designing clothing for both men and women. So all my life has been about, for the past 8 years has been about fashion, outsourcing fabric, designing and retailing as well. Yeah, so I've been running a fashion business for the past 8 years.
That's amazing. So we have a business person here.
Yeah,
Here.
definitely.
Hestie, could you please tell our audience what inspired you to pursue creative education at UL and how has your role as a caregiver influenced your journey?
Pursuing a creative education was a must, at some point of my career because I was doing the job. So what I learned prior to coming to this school was the technicalities like pattern making, garment construction, retailing as well. But I wanted to do a course that apply to, the core of the management itself. I wanted to learn about the brand, the strategies. Those are the most important things because you cannot learn everything. You do learn a lot from your customers, this what they like, but when you enroll in a fashion course or you do like a management degree, to give you a better perspective of the what the customer they desire, their particular needs. So coming here, I knew that I was going to have access to these tools that will allow me to, improve the things that I was doing before, and in terms of meeting the expectations, because a lot get lost into translation.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what inspired me. And then I look for the best school, of fashion management. Of course, London College of Fashion is. So for me, it was a must to come here, to get that extra that I was looking for, to really understand the management of the fashion business itself. So this was the right place to be. And I'm very glad I did.
Thank you. You answered my next question as well. The moment and the passion, you already showed it. How did you manage your time between your caregiving responsibility because you got two children
Yes, I have two
and
daughters.
your academic and creative work at UL? Because I'm assuming being a master student, it's a lot of work as well and
It it
plus
it was.
responsibilities.
It
How do you
is.
manage it?
I wish somebody told me because I was so excited that I'm going to learn fashion management. And then I didn't I overlooked, the other expectation because I'm still managing my house as well. So as I said, I have a teenager daughter and I have a 6 years old, and then they also in school. And I live in Battersea and I had to commute, leaving Battersea to come to Stratford. It's what, an hour and a half. So prior to doing that, I needed to organize my house, like drop my kids to school because I had to drop them to school every morning
Yeah.
and still manage the house and help them with the homework. So I had like two set of homework, their homework and my homework. And it was very challenging in the beginning. And then, determination. I had to remind myself, why I'm doing this. I mean, that's where I got more, energy, more strength, to continue going because I was doing it for a specific purposes. It was challenging, but it was rewarding as well. Yeah. So managing the time management, that was the most, the hardest thing.
Can you recall a moment where this balance felt especially rewarding? And how do you protect your well being with that?
The reward came later on when I got used to I had a routine. I think it's difficult to establish a routine. Once you establish a routine, and then it was rewarding because I loved so much what I was learning because I can apply it directly. Like if you're running a business and then you're doing a course on the side,
Yeah.
and then like you can just relate on a different level, like whatever you learn, you just like, oh, this is what I was missing. So there was this moment like finally you learn something that you can apply directly. And then I had my routine established, and then I will get home. Even if I get home late, I have 1 hour for dinner. The next hour I'm doing homework with the kids. And then I also i- it's gets to be part of their life in that way. And then I have to do my homework, and then the kids also see me doing my homework, and then it sends a good message around the house like mom is doing something, and then when I tell them to do their homework, they know mommy also does her homework. So that in a way it did help because they can see mom is doing a lot, like she's making dinner, she's going to school, she's doing her homework, she's helping us. And then they will not complain if I ask them to do things because they be like, oh, she's, it's
She's
just
also doing.
she's also doing it. So that also, yeah, there were few things like that that was rewarding, yeah, as a
You are building that culture inside your house, like, yeah,
yeah,
to be more
exactly.
compassionate.
Yeah, kind of teach them by doing. So now I'm doing more. I've always been doing things around the house,
Yeah.
but now they see me doing more. And then I wake up early. So my kids they went to school around Battersea, and I was going to school from Battersea to Stratford. Like I had to travel an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And then for them, it was like, why would they complain?
That,
The things that they used to complain about when they saw me doing it, it just changed the dynamic, especially with the teenager. She was like, okay, I need to do my part as well.
yeah. But with considering you had so much work with your kids, your
Mhm,
family,
mhm.
and this um your work at course as well, how did you manage your well-being?
My well-being, I had to rely on friends. So coming to school, that's something that I didn't expect. I met wonderful people. So we had a group of like few students, international students,
Yeah.
because I also consider I was an international student. So you meet with them, and then they also have they're going through a journey, for some of them. And then London is a new city.
Yeah.
You have to adjust. It's fast paced. And then for some of us coming from the sunny places, it's not usually the case here. And the weather, especially in January,
Yeah.
between January and February, you can just see the depression in the hair
Yeah.
for some of us, like me, like lack of sun. I had
Yes.
to like be on the vitamin D, and then I did some counseling, and then some of them had to do counseling as well. So we talked about this, and then when you share something, it's like eases you, yeah. It does make you feel a little bit better. The fact that you can, talk about it. Yeah, the friendships. Like I had to rely on that friendship for that.
That's so amazing. It's like having that group of friends where you
Yeah,
can share your
yeah,
feelings and express yourself.
yeah.
Were there like from the different age group? Like how was the
Oh, that's
dynamic?
the fun thing because I was like the grandma. I'm the grandma of the group. Like, and then they would tell me, we discuss about things that they would tell me things that has to do with the age, which I cannot relate, but I can have like a retrospective because I was also that age.
Yeah.
And then I can tell them about things that's about me, like about what I'm going through. And then for them, they cannot totally read it, but still they bring a different perspective into it. So the age difference made something unique about our, exchanges. Yeah, that was
Well, that's lovely.
yeah,
But
that
you
was
don't look
lovely.
like grandma. Come on. I mean, yeah, the way you are
Well, I'm a
saying,
millennial. Like
the
I'm
energy you got, it's like not even mom energy. You still look young.
well, I was a millennial surrounded by Gen Z. That made me look cool. I love that. And then we still have the friendship until now. We meet once in a while, we do coffee, and then we talk about the time where we were like struggling with doing research. And then there was some like we felt like there was overload of homework and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now we can laugh about it. But back then we were like, "Ah, we hate this, right?" And of course. But now we can laugh about certain things. That's
That's amazing. So, which UL resources have made the biggest difference for you?
um I don't know if I can what the friendship is the resources. The libraries, having a possibility to just like take books from the library, that was the thing for me because I can go deeper.
Yeah.
Well, you get the course, you get a lot from your teachers, but then you know that you have access to lots of book about fashion management.
Yeah.
And then for me, like buying this book would cost not a fortune, but it's still money. Like
Yeah.
most of these books, they were like on Amazon, what I check, £30 and plus. Like if you want 4 books, buying 4 books would be like 120 or something like
Yeah.
that. But it's just knowing that I can get them from the library and then explore them and then get as much knowledge as I can. And then, yeah, for me, the library was like the best thing,
Yeah.
having access to, you know, all the resources that are available. There's articles and then on top of books like
Yeah.
journals, magazines, just having access to
The
that.
online resource
Yeah,
library.
yes, and the kind of knowledge that was like, this is powerful. I love that.
How has connecting with the other students at UL helped you?
Oh, massively on a personal level, like beyond the academics, on a personal level. We shared perspective about life, and then the beauty of it, like we came from different culture, yeah. Like in my group of friends, we all from different country on different continent. That's amazing. And then, as I told you, the friendship continue until now. Yeah, so it did help me deeply on a personal level.
Could you share a time or particular example when this network turned a challenge into win?
The challenge in to win, especially when the result you submit something and then you get like a grade that you were not expecting, and then it hurts, like you did put in some effort and then the grade doesn't really reflect, I will not say your expectation, but you get crushed,
Yeah.
things like that, some sort of it's not a failure because you're still learning, but it is
Mhm.
this moment of like being down and feeling like you're not doing enough.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. So that moment, because we discussed these things that when we were all down because of the grades, because that
Okay.
usually happen, and then just having to talk ourselves out of it, like to present ourselves like we are more than the grade.
Mhm.
Because sometimes you might get stuck and think like the grade defines who you are, it defines your capacity, it defines like you have to like talk yourself out of that you are still intelligent, you can still achieve more, and then it's one grade, but you can still do better in the next, the next exam or the next submission. Yeah, it's just having to get out of that moment of grief. It's like grief, like you're like, oh, I got a D, I gotta say, like everyone is grieving, but at the end of the day, when you just gets you start talking and then you just like, listen, this is what we have achieved, this is what we can do, and then you just tell the person in front of you, like, I believe in you, you are great, you're smart, you're capable, you're dynamic, because people need to hear that.
Yeah.
It's important that like when somebody sometimes you forget like who you are, what you have done, what you have achieved, but it takes like one special person to tell you that, and then you start believing again, like, yeah, of course I am. So that's
Definitely.
yeah, it was good. Yeah.
Having that support group,
Mhm,
because you also shared like they were all from international students and from different dynamics.
mhm.
It's like cultural challenges, like also um, getting used to this new environment,
Yeah.
weather, people, having that someone around you who is like supporting, no, you are better than this. Like
Mhm.
you can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. I'm glad that you had that support group. Has your role as a mature student or caregiver unexpectedly shaped your creative practice or career goals?
Yeah, it has. Now what I design, I take a lot of things into consideration. Especially last year, I interacted with like younger student. Like if I'm designing something for younger student, I'm more aware of their needs. In terms of not only fashion, the clothes that they wear, what it means to them, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, and then there's the sustainability because it's now very important now. It's taking like a major place into designing and
And
so
also, like in the environment, I
yeah.
mean, we see like the drastic global warming has changed.
Yeah,
So it's very important to bring sustainability into space as well.
it is. Yeah, but because when I spoke with them, they know so much about brands and they'll be like, oh, this collection was made as a response to this. The story itself is important to them. So that was, as a fashion designer, also helped me to incorporate the story,
Yeah,
of the design, what it means, because they do care about it. So yeah,
that's
that's
true. Your kids ever said that, like, hey, mom, I want to have that brand as like this way? And then you thought about it, like, okay, I can.
Oh yeah, my 6 year and told me, "Oh mom, when you're dead, I will take over your brand." So
Wow, she did? It must be so proud moment that you're talking.
it was not literally something like that, not that, but she meant it like it was like that way. It was like, "Oh, mommy, I'm gonna take over your brand when you are no longer here."
What does mean? Like you are no longer here.
Like, when you're like in a better place. No, they were very interested. My kids, they love fashion because I design with them, and
Yeah.
they like doing it. Yeah, some of them, like, they, one of them tells me, Mom, I'm going to be a fashion designer. The younger one, yeah, I'm going to be a fashion designer better than you. Okay, that's good. That's good. I want you to be better than me.
Yeah. I mean, now mom is gonna say like, I don't want you better than.
Of
So,
course, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. You want, your kids to go beyond,
Uh-huh.
to do better. Yeah.
That's lovely. Has UL provided any guidance that aligns with your unique journey?
Their guidance, what the resources that they've made available that I've used, I'm really grateful for that. And then in terms of guidance, there's something that I didn't maybe reach out to. There's some counseling,
Okay.
like what was this? No, the coach. We had this coach. I'm trying to think. We did something with Professor Betan. What was it called?
Mentorship.
Mentorship. Yeah. So that definitely, yeah, that because my coach he was very good, good listener, and yeah, he did give me some very great advice. So I'm glad that I was able to meet him through that channel, and I met other students, and then through that channel we're not friends, but we were able to like connect
Mhm.
through LinkedIn. So that's good. Yeah.
Even being so much experience and
Yeah.
even at your age, like you did reach out to that resource. I mean, that's amazing that you seek for mentorship.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
The mentorship.
It's like
Yeah.
being open to new opportunities.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. So you used to have like proper sessions with mentor, or how does that work?
No, we had like about 5 sessions, and then
Okay.
we met out of the school, like in a different environment in coffee shop, and I can ask him everything, everything related to business, everything related to even, just submit my thoughts to him. And
Okay.
then, because he was a person, he's a person with a lot of experience, he has worked in retail. So he can give me proper,
Guidance.
feedbacks on what, the route that I was planning to take. Yeah, he gave me feedbacks. And then, he was very supportive as well. And then he gave me this, tailored, just not advice, but really tailored advice,
Yeah.
which is good that apply to, what I'm trying to achieve. Yeah. Well, that's good because you cannot do that in the group. And when you're talking, 101, and then
Yeah.
you can just channel, everything and just make it,
I mean, sure, like when you present your work
yeah.
to your experienced mentor who has that experience and they can put their input in your work, that's a great opportunity.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I was running my brand at the same time as I was in school.
Yeah.
And then I was just telling him the challenges that I was facing. And then some of those had to do with me not knowing, let's see, everything about the culture because 2 years is not enough to know about the UK culture, like the fashion. And then, so I did these pop-ups in John Lewis. I had a place there to showcase my work.
Wow.
And then, yeah, I told him what worked, what didn't work. And then he gave me some very, very interesting feedback. Yeah. Because he's been there, he's English. And then it was like, oh, we do this because of this, the reason we do this. So I needed someone like that. Yeah.
That's amazing. Thank you for sharing that. What's your top piece of advice for the future UL students who want to pursue the creative path?
Mature student.
Yes, yes, mature students, caregivers, who has some responsibilities.
Yeah, so that's if you decided you're coming back to school, at certain age, a younger age like mine, because I'm very young.
Yes, you are for sure.
That's definitely a good thing, and I don't think that's something you will ever regret. Um, First of all, don't be scared. Yeah, don't be afraid because it can be like the idea of like if you've been not in touch with school or academic in many many years, it can be like just frightening. But just know that, especially here at UL, you have resources. You meet other students, regardless of their age. You find your niche. That's something that happened to me. I believe it happens to everyone. And then you have these resources. And then there's some counseling in school, I think. I didn't do those. Like if you're going through something you want to speak with person, then I know it's available. I know of some students who did it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I will tell them, know that it's available. And then if you decided to do it, it's for a reason and then it's worth it. So go for it and just know that there's going to be some challenges, but you will manage it. And then it's nothing to be afraid of.
Thank you for sharing your experiences and
My
so great
pleasure.
insights. I mean, and also I want to thank you for just like not giving up and keep doing. And you really have that drive to make something good happen. So keep going.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
We all have to. We all have to keep going.
Thank you. And your stories are definitely going to inspire so many people to pursue their creative academic pursuit. So that's why we say that stories has power, and in every story there is a spark, one that connects us, inspires us, and even changes so many lives. If this episode resonates with you, don't forget to check out more Communities podcast episodes on the RSS YouTube channel. And for student listeners, explore the links in the description. I'm going to put them in the description to explore more about services and support available for you. Thank you so much for tuning in and see you in the next episode. Take care.